Hey, do you want to come over and make a pot of tea, bring your favorite crystals? We could talk about our birth charts, spirits, the latest house spells we've been doing. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm that witch next door. Hello, neighbor. Welcome back to another episode of That Witch Podcast. If this is your very first time here in our witchy neighborhood, let me just be the first member to welcome you. Hi, I'm Dani. I'm that witch next door. I'll be your host, your guide, your mentor, your instructor, your spiritual bestie in all things modern witchcraft, cosmic living, intentional magical living in this very anti-magical world of ours. And as you can see in the title of the episode that you clicked on today, this is a grand, sacred reintroduction to That Witch School. Welcome to That Witch School 2025. Now, part of the reason this is so special is because That Witch School is turning 3 years old this year, which is just the coolest and the most mind-blowing thing to think about. And what a journey has our platform been on over these last 4 years. Growing, developing, evolving, shifting and transforming, and really ultimately blossoming with our beautiful community organically all along the way, finding its own unique way to help serve the unique needs of all of the different witches and mystics that enter through our very magical digital doors. So when you're hearing this episode, you will, well, if you listen to this on the day that I'm releasing this episode, you'll be listening to this on the eve or the day before That Witch School's 3-year anniversary. If you listen to this on March 20th, you will be listening to this on the day of our anniversary. So I want to start out today, which is a beautiful, special day all about talking to you about what That Witch School is and how it can serve you and what you can get out of it and what you can utilize it for. I would really love to share with you brief background about how it came to be and why this time of year is so special and why I opened That Witch School when I did. Because if you go twice as far back, if you go back 6 years on March 20th, 2019 was my first initiation in the professional That Witch Next Door life cycle. So March 20th, 2016 is the date that I use for my business's astrology chart, for example. The birthday of That Witch School ended up being this same day, which, if you're not already familiar, this is the spring equinox. This did not happen by accident by any means. I selected the spring equinox to begin That Witch Next Door very much on purpose, and the same goes for opening That Witch School. Now, what's fascinating and cool is that the way these events unfolded, That Witch Next Door started off as a blog. And I have a whole detailed story about all of this a couple of episodes ago on Who is That Witch Next Door. It's on part 2 of those episodes. But essentially what started was a blog, a helpful blog for modern witches, to navigate learning witchcraft and magical living. eventually, a couple of years later, or a year later or so, eventually morphs into and turns into and births the podcast, That Witch Podcast. Now, That Witch Podcast was released on the first day of Leo season, 2021, right? Yeah, still blows my mind. 4 years old this year for That Witch Podcast. Oh, so crazy. So 2021, we birthed That Witch Podcast. A little bit later that year, we introduced Moonday Musings onto That Witch Podcast. All of these really cool markers of things that are such foundational blocks in our witchy neighborhood now. And in winter of 2021, I was in the prep stages and working my butt off to open the doors of that witch school on New Year's Eve night into New Year's Day. And I can't remember exactly when it was that month, that December at some point. But what happened was, as I was making the plans and preparations to open the doors for the school, I started realizing it was going to be way bigger than I had been originally able to imagine. And as I started coming more and more into this realization, I made the decision to push my opening date out from New Year's Eve, New Year's Day to the spring equinox. And this was terrifying at the time. My business is very young at this point. It's only a couple of years old. The podcast is very young. It's doing very well, but the podcast is very young at this point. I've been talking about this launch date. I've been talking about this open date. People are signing up for a wait list to join that witch school for the first time. And the date's getting closer, and I'm realizing more and more there is absolutely no fucking way I can be ready if I want this to be what I want this to be when I open the doors. And I made this really scary, really big decision to push that date out to the next realistic, practical, but still sacred and magical date. And without a doubt, it was the spring equinox, the start of Aries season, the birth of that witch next door in the first place. And what a banger she was the first time we opened the doors for that witch school. I'll never forget. Oh, that was so cool. I love thinking back to that time because of how much I knew the school was going to blossom and how much I had no idea what that was going to look like. And now looking back at that in hindsight is so cool because I feel that way very similarly all over again right now in a totally renewed way. So over the last 3 years, what started out as, what I thought was going to be this kind of glorified, more elevated, more interactive, really, Patreon, right? As a podcaster, Patreon, some sort of subscription membership in that realm just sounded like the right thing and right direction to go. I had all these dreams of wanting to build some sort of community. This seemed like a good place to start. And instead of going through Patreon, why don't we start out on a platform that really aids in that community building aspect way early on, so we don't have to, add that on or build that on later necessarily. And so we turned to Mighty Networks, and Mighty Networks ended up being a platform that checked the most boxes and was the best fit and was going to be able to grow with the vision of that witch school. And this is ultimately why over these last couple of years, especially if you've been inside that witch school, you've got to see it's transformation from literally the inside out. And I love getting to hear from some of my longest students because, again, y'all have been able to see like the almost gutting and remodeling of sorts that's kind of taken place more than once, truly. The school started out as one type of membership. You could just sign up for one monthly fee and you got what you got with the monthly fee. A few months later, about 6 months later, I split the membership up and started offering pricing plans and pricing tiers. From there, so much is a combination of what I'd always hoped and dreamed and so much more that I wouldn't have even been able to think possible or imagine of. And all of this has now come together to offer this totally unique, one-of-a-kind membership experience that our school is, that I am so excited to share with you today. I do want to let you know that especially if you are a visual person, this episode is really going to be helpful to watch over on YouTube. But I do also have just helpful visuals. You can browse plans and features on my website, as well as when you're on thatwitchschool.com. There's plenty of visual listing of the information that I'm going over today. So don't feel like you have to like jot down a billion notes or anything like that. And then, of course, as always, open door policy. If you have any questions on anything that we go over today, if you want me to elaborate on anything. And then finally, yes, if it wasn't already made abundantly clear, this episode is about my monthly membership, That Witch School. There are a lot of neighbors who are very, very interested and very excited about joining, but want to know more about what exactly this is like inside the digital doors of That Witch School. What are platforms like, how you can use it, what it's used for, comparing the different features based on the different plans that you have available to sign up for. If you're not interested in That Witch School, and that is completely fine always. I want to be completely transparent with you as always with my intentions with your time, quite honestly. And today's intention for our episode is to talk about That Witch School. If you're not interested in That Witch School, that is totally fine, my friend, and I will see you on our next regular episode of That Witch School. However, of That Witch of That Witch podcast. However, if you are interested, today's episode is a really, really helpful one. Not only will we go over a lot of those features, the structure, the perks, the comparison, all of those different things, but I will also share with you some testimonials and experiences from students inside the school, answer some frequently asked questions, and of course, like I said, if anything comes up after today or while you're watching or listening to the episode today that you're curious about, please send me those questions my way. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly That Witch School is and what you get in these different pricing packages. That Witch School itself is a community and platform that is designed to provide support and education and opportunity for connection in a safe, welcoming, ethical environment. So the types of magic and witchcraft that we teach, all of these things are all rooted in my core values as a business owner, my personal beliefs as a witch, all of which are totally listed up for your, if you'd like to know more about my values and what I stand for and the core behind my ethics and policies behind my business, all of that is available on my website, by the way. You can just go to thatwitchnextdoor.com and go to the About. And you can also click on community as well and take a look at the core values I also specifically withhold in my community spaces as well. All of this totally on the table for you. Now, within That Witch School, we take all that That Witch Next Door stands for and provide this wildly valuable place to meet other people, to learn about developing your witchcraft practice, for opportunity to practice using and applying your intuitive skills, your spiritual skills and studies, as well as grow your own network and maybe even business. If those are the types of things that you're utilizing your spiritual practice for, I would be honored if you would like to utilize the community of That Witch School and the platform of That Witch School to do that building for yourself. I am so confident inviting others in to build their own communities, grow out their own careers, develop their own studies, and let that ripple out into these great, big, sacred contributions they're going to have for society, including booking with clients. Maybe you make your next client connection on That Witch School. Maybe this is where you get some test subjects for a product, a spiritual product or service that you're wanting to try out. I would be honored if you used our platform to do that. This is not a place of competition. And the reason I feel so confident in offering our platform for that is because of our core values of ethics and morality and responsibility when it comes to conducting ourselves in community and utilizing our spiritual practices that are upheld in That Witch School. That's why I'm so confident saying, yeah, you can come on in and promote, make connections, network, practice, test things out with other community members, start your own groups, start your own student clubs and groups. We have that going on right now as well. Because anyone who could potentially or tried to use or abuse that or exploit any of those features or this value in any way is either already prevented from entering into our space or is no-brainer removed and taken away from our space. This is, I couldn't take this more seriously when I tell you that this is a safe and welcoming community. Now, what takes us a step above a lot of these other kind of spiritual social media like memberships that you can now join, and the reason why the prices for That Witch School are increasing this year is because the community is this backbone of what you get in our platform. And of course, what you do with that and the possibilities that can come from that are endless. That in and of itself is an insane amount of value. But we also offer this school-like atmosphere with the opportunity to attend regular groups, classes, lessons, workshops hosted by myself and other instructors and experts and guest teachers in different fields and branches of modern magic and paganism and energy work. What we offer in education and really developing your skill set combined with this community that you are immediately welcomed into and a part of, it knocks our value out of the park. It skyrockets us above anything else that I've ever seen that's out there and available, even sort of similar to what we're offering. So let's start out with the first pricing tier, okay? Our starter pricing package. Now, right now, before our prices increase on April 1st, you can be grandfathered in as a founding member of That Witch School and lock in our founding member current rates of That Witch School before the rates go up on April 1st. So if you join us on any of these tiers and it doesn't matter, By March 31st, you'll be grandfathered in as a founding member for life and be locked in at that membership rate for life. This first pricing tier plan is our starter plan. Currently, this is $7 per month to join, and that will be your founding member price. After April 1st, this price is going to go up to $15 a month. Keep an eye out for some annual packages as well on the other side of April, but for now, our grandfathered rate, if you join between now and March 31st, you can get this starter plan for $7 a month. So what this comes with is automatically our entire bonus episode library of That Witch podcast. This is an ongoing library. It was started with That Witch podcast, really with That Witch school, and it is something that will never have an end. You will always have access to those any added bonus episodes that fall into the library, and there's a nice little variety in there. There are episodes for each of the asteroids, the major asteroids in the astrology chart. There's also a couple of guided meditation, visualization type things. There's a couple bonus episodes that serve kind of like audio lessons. They're kind of like your favorite educational episodes of That Witch podcast that you only can get in the bonus episode library. You also, in our student starter plan, you also get an 11% student discount on all merchandise at thatwitchnextdoor.com. So if you want to get a hoodie or a Stay Magical mug or a hat, anything like that, you get a student discount, 11% off of that. And then you also get a 10% student discount on private one-on-one sessions with me. So if you want to book a birth chart reading, or if you want to book a private tutoring session with me, you can utilize a student discount. And if I'm ever running a sale on my sessions, you get to combine your student discount with any additional offers as well. Your student discount will always apply, even if we're ever running a sale. Now, probably one of our just best, most shining features of That Witch School is the student lounge. So on the starter plan, you get access to the student lounge. This is the social hub of the school. This is part of the school that feels somewhat like a private Facebook group or private social media space where students can post and comment and interact. This is where people are posting like these crazy dreams they've been having during these Pisces transits. But this is also where people are posting and asking for book recommendations or podcast recommendations. This is also where people have organized student-sanctioned clubs. For example, there's now a student-ran monthly book club in That Witch School. I didn't organize that. I don't host that. That got completely organically birthed and created and organized by one of our longtime amazing students. Shout out to Sheena. We all love Sheena. This has turned into this super popular gathering already. So many people are interested. It's so amazing to see one of my students, taking the initiative to create a group and listen to like the needs of the student body and say, hey, like I could host this if this is something that you want to do. And now host that, something that's been really outside of her comfort zone. And now she's utilizing our platform to do something that's exciting and challenging for her in a good way. And it's doing something amazing for our school platform. And it's so amazing and beneficial for each of the students as well. So the student lounge, so much can come from this social aspect of That Witch School. Again, think of this like your ideal dreamy place on social media where the fucking trolls are filtered out and moderated like so good. You don't have to worry about that shit in here. You can open your Mighty Networks app to that witch school or go on that witch school on your web browser on your computer. And you can just take a break from all that annoying fucking social media noise that comes from Meta and all of that and horrible shit that we all have to deal with that comes from these massive monopolies of social media. That's what our student lounge functions as, this sacred, protected space where you can just show up and be the witch or modern mystic and energy worker at the unique part of your journey that you're on, that you are naturally, and meet and connect with some seriously cool people along the way, which again, who knows where those connections lead to and what you're able to do and what you learn and what comes from those social interactions in the student lounge. The student lounge is this just amazing place. All right. Next, in the starter plan, you also get access to twice monthly new moon and full moon shadow work group. If you've been around here for a while, you've heard me talk about shadow work group. You've heard me talk about shadow work in general. There's a reason this comes with our starter plan. Shadow work is a cornerstone of our school because it is a cornerstone of the values of that witch next door. I don't believe that magic can even function at its full potential and capacity without real shadow work. So twice a month, once for the new moon, once for the full moon, somewhere near and around the new moon and full moon portal. Sometimes it's right before, sometimes it's during, right in the new moon, or it's right in the full moon energy. Sometimes we host it like a post full moon, a couple days after, or post new moon shadow work group. And essentially this is a group experience guided by me, yours truly, and I utilize the astrology of that moon to help guide and help you see or maybe uncover or help illuminate any shadows, any messages that may be coming up for you at that time. And I guide you to safely process through those in a not recorded, totally private, totally confidential group setting. We cast a protective circle with one another. And you can be on camera if you want. You can share on the mic if you want and talk and interact with us. You can leave your camera and your mic off and totally process and do all of the guided shadow work I'm walking you through just in your journal on your own and participate with the group energy just totally energetically and digitally during that time. This is not just a unique experience. It is like, it's the closest thing to like a witchy support group where I have been so honored to witness just some of the most incredible examples of healing, individual healing, generational healing, and this organic community support that pours out in response to everyone being gathered to doing shadow work under this moon twice a month. It's probably one of the features that's the hardest to describe. Any of my students that join us regularly would probably also tell you the same thing. It's very hard to describe in human language. The vibe in shadow work group is so safe, so welcoming, and just so naturally compassionate and connective. It is truly, when I say it's a cornerstone of our school, I am not exaggerating. So again, this comes with our starter plan and is something that I highly, highly recommend everyone in our school take advantage of twice a month. And if you can't join our live call, I post a summary and a guideline after our live call so that you can participate in our guided shadow work at your own pace on your own time according to your own schedule for that month or for that moon. And then finally in our starter pack, you receive in our starter plan, you receive our astrology resources starter pack. Now, this is called a starter pack and it is seriously loaded. So the Astrology Resources Starter Pack comes with the following cheat sheets: zodiac signs cheat sheet, planetary cheat sheet, astrological houses cheat sheet, and the asteroids cheat sheet. Each one of those reference guides comes with the name of the zodiac sign, for example, the symbol it's associated with, the element it's associated with, the modality it's associated with, and the keywords it's associated with, the day of the week. Each one of these reference guides has all of these really helpful correspondences and connections or symbols so that you're not constantly having to flip through notes or flip through pages in a book. You just have all 12 signs, or you have all the major planets, or you have all the 12 houses on one sheet, and you can just reference it. This is a game-changing study tool that I created from my own handwritten notes years and years and years ago. Now, in addition to all of our cheat sheets in the Astrology Starter Pack, you also get our reference chart, which is kind of like the ultimate reference guide to visually starting to understand the chart, the circle, the pie slices, the angles on there, what's associated with what. It is, again, this was something that we created after a handwritten study tool that I made for myself years ago when I was learning astrology. It was something I was utilizing more and more for one-on-one clients I was mentoring in astrology. And eventually it became part of our Astrology Resources Starter Pack. In the starter pack, that's not all. You also get the 4 Major Angles Guide, which was a student recommended lesson that came up in some of our earliest years of that witch school, and is a cheat sheet basically and a mini lesson on understanding the major angles of the chart: the rising, the IC, as well as the descendant, which is opposite the rising, and the MC, which is opposite the IC. Don't know what those are? That's okay, because it's on the 4 Major Angles cheat sheet that you can get. And then you also get our Retrograde Cycles 101 written lesson, which is a very helpful lesson on beginning understanding what retrograde cycles are for each planet, how you can start to derive meaning and therefore lean into the intention and purpose of planetary retrograde cycles. And finally, last but certainly not least, in the Astrology Resources Starter Pack, you get 15 individual planetary and asteroid journal guides that walk you through each of your major planets and asteroids and placements in your natal chart to break them down to their fundamental building blocks and pieces so that you can better understand them and work with them in your astrology studies. These journal guides, man, if you think that the cheat sheets are game changers for your astrology studies, these journal guides will absolutely blow your mind. This is just the starter pack. This is just the starter pack. Right now, you can join the starter pack for $7 a month for life. For life. After April 1st, this starter plan is going to go up to $15 a month. All right. Right now, you can get on this for $7 a month at thatwitchschool.com. Now, how about the next tier up, our Essentials plan? Now, on the Essentials plan, you get everything I just talked about in the starter plan, plus you also get an increased student discount on one-on-one sessions with me. So instead of a 10% discount, you get a 15% student discount on one-on-one sessions with me that once again can be combined with other sales and offers as well. You get shadow work group, student lounge, Astrology Resources Starter Pack, and you also get access to our Tarot and Cartomancy department. And you also get access to our Dream Portal department as well. In our Tarot and Cartomancy department of that witch school, you get access to monthly tarot circles that are hosted and guided by our wonderful, magical headmistress of tarot, Mary Muse. Mary has been on multiple episodes of That Witch podcast. She has been in my world a long time. She is one of my favorite friends, clients, people, colleagues in general. She hosts the most amazing and connective and absolutely enchanting tarot circle every month. We time it for the solar season every month. So, for example, we have our Aries season tarot circle this week. And oh my gosh, not only is this some guided tarot practice that is helpful for whether you're brand new to tarot or very experienced with tarot and just looking to develop that and nurture that practice more. Mary also writes the most luxurious and powerful meditation, guided meditation that coincides with the energy of that zodiac season to open up the energy of each call so that when we go into pulling our cards for the month, you are just in the most mystically delicious, aligned space. Again, no matter what your experience level is with cards, it is this community supportive but guided groups. You're not left there kind of guessing, like, what do I do next? What am I supposed to do right now? And you will get so much more out of your tarot practice with monthly tarot circle. No more does it need to be this like, oh, I forgot I wanted to do tarot more this month. Oh, I keep forgetting I wanted to pull tarot more this month. You have this tangible event and or replay, right? You can attend this live, or you can view the replay and participate at your own pace, at your own schedule later on. Not only is this beginner friendly, we also have tarot resources available in our tarot department, along with these amazing, valuable calls every single month. And then you also get access to our Dream Portal department. So, in its own unique way, much like our tarot department, our Dream Portal department is ran and headed up by the amazing Andrea Morrison, also a favorite among That Witch podcast fans. She's been around. We just had an episode very recently about the magic, using the magic of your dreams. Andrea is now hosting monthly Dream Portal Club meetings for essentials and all access members of That Witch School. So if you are in our essentials plans, you not only get access to our shadow work group, our tarot group, also our Dream Portal Club. And this is exactly the beautiful magic it sounds like. It's this group, also guided opportunity to learn more about dream work, nurture your dream work, put some practical plans and steps into place that help you get better at writing down your dreams, interpreting what they mean, and utilizing this meaning in your life and in your spiritual practice. The Dream Portal Club has been a new addition to That Witch School in 2025, and it is already such a magical, sacred place to be. I cannot go on. I could go on and on and on about it. And once again, Dream Portal Club, tarot department, shadow work group, wherever you're at in That Witch School, we are experienced friendly and we are beginner friendly. So if you are brand new to all of this, that is okay, and you are so welcome in our big warm embrace of That Witch School. Come learn for the first time with us. Now, finally, in this essentials package, you get the Modern Witches Kit. So this is kind of like the astrology starter pack that you'll also get, but now you also get the Modern Witches Kit. This includes a slew of resources that I've created and released over the last several years, including lessons on the different energy fields, our shadow work guide, tarot quick start guide, our tarot bonding exercise, our affirmation template, our moon meditation template, and our spirit safety guide. It is this powerful pack of resources that helps really get you covered and feel prepared in some of the most fundamental building blocks of developing your unique witchcraft and daily spiritual practice. This essentials pricing plan is currently $15 a month. For just $15 a month, you get all of those calls, you get all of these amazing content resources, discounts on merch, and with me. You can lock in this pricing plan for life at $15 per month right now at thatwitchschool.com. After April 1st, this plan, the Essentials plan, will go up to $30 per month. Right now, this is at $15 per month. Join us by March 31st to lock in that price. And finally, my friend, the All Access plan. So this is the top level membership in the school. As the name precedes it, you get the full kit and caboodle, my friend. Fucking everything we have to offer. It is everything I just listed to you in both of those first two pricing tiers and so much more. It's kind of out of this world how much you get with the All Access plan. You get your student discounts, you get your bonus episode library, of course, access to our social platform on the student lounge section. You get shadow work group. You're getting tarot department, dream portal department. Then we blow the lid off of additional resources, lessons, and groups you're able to join and be a part of. So our astrology resources starter pack and that modern witches kit both barely scratch the surface of everything that is in our school's content library of resources. They are already huge packs that you get with that starter plan or that essentials plan that I was just listing out. They barely even scratch the surface of how much content, lessons, workshops, resources there are to explore and take advantage of inside that witch school. So you get everything I just listed in both of these first two pricing plans, plus you get our complete witchcraft and magic department library. You get our complete astrology department library. Our witchcraft library comes with, and both of these are growing. We're adding lessons and workshops every year as new subjects arise. The all access plan is the best to make sure that you'll always have all access to everything, any new feature that gets dropped in that witch school. All access is going to be where you want to be. So taking advantage of this founding members rate before March 31st is such a steal for that all access plan, because it's a great way to guarantee you're always going to get all of the amazing features of that witch school, even the new ones that are added on later. So not only do you get all these amazing resources like in the astrology starter pack and the modern witches kit, you also get our lessons like the top 5 herbs recommended for beginner witches, learning how to alchemize your space, charging and consecrating your tools, starting out in kitchen magic, love magic and breakup spells. And then in our astrology department, we're unparalleled. This is the only witchcraft and astrology membership school that I've been able to find that offers the amount that we do in both developing your witchcraft practice and really going full force in your astrology studies. Because you get our entire astrology department library, which comes with like our full daily cosmic witchcraft lesson series. This is a 7-lesson series on working with the planetary rulers of each of the days of the week. You also get our Who Rules the Astrological House lesson. This is a game changer for anyone learning how to read birth charts, how to work with transits, how to work with planetary day rulers, which is a whole separate lesson in addition to our daily cosmic witchcraft series. You also get the reading the birth chart for your business lesson. And then You also get in the all access tier the complete and full I Can Read My Astrology Inside and Out program, as well as our astrology study club department. So I have been teaching and offering my astrology course for about 3 years now. It was aligned with the beginning of that witch school. And this course is the course of all courses if you want to be able to read birth charts confidently and stop feeling confused about the different parts and pieces and how they all come together and it's so overwhelming and confusing. This whole program is within the all access membership. You can take the entire program at your own pace. And that program comes with guidelines for how to pace yourself, how to set yourself up for best success, to take that entire program so you're not overwhelming yourself. It's the perfect combination of having that guidance from me within those learning modules while also pairing it with your unique needs, schedule, lifestyle, etc. I Can Read My Astrology Inside and Out is a 16-week birth chart course, and it has 17 plus hours of video content taught by me. It has over 250 pages of digital support materials and exercises that you'll be able to revisit again and again. And like I said, it's this guided self-paced style. So within the modules and the videos, I'm giving you my tips and suggestions and recommendations for how to move through the course on a timeline that works for you. My tips and recommendations on when to take breaks, when to do your homework, when to study and work on the course so that you're not having to guess all of that. I have had the honor of watching complete astrology beginners enter my universe and enter this course. And I am watching them now in real time confidently read and interpret birth charts. This is like infinite, priceless value that you get in the all access membership of that witch school. And on top of that, this opens up access to our astrology study club. And the reason this is on the all access tier of that witch school is because I Can Read My Astrology Inside and Out and the Astrology Study Club are for the students that are serious about investing their time in learning astrology and learning how to read it, learning how to utilize it and work with it in their life or in their business in a multitude of ways. And so this is why we have Astrology Study Club, so that you have this ongoing live opportunity to practice these studies that you're learning in your course or you're learning outside of school. And you can practice this with real other human students, plus get help from real human being teachers. Myself and the amazing Jenny SRP, we head up the astrology department of that witch school, and we are here to answer all of your questions. You can comment on posts, you can comment on exercises, you can comment on lessons, you can join live calls. There's multiple opportunities for getting your chart read, for asking questions, working through blocks and challenges and difficulties. It's a really, truly game-changing opportunity for anyone who is serious about like really, truly learning astrology and utilizing it and applying it in their life in a multitude of ways for evolution, for healing, for growth, for success. I can't overemphasize enough. That's what I've been trying to say. The past like 6 podcast episodes, I keep telling you guys, I can't downplay it enough. I keep trying to say I can't overemphasize this enough, how valuable that witch school is and how much potential there truly, truly is for you to get out of this membership. So the really cool thing is that in all of this, there is still going to be a few of you who are like, yes, yes, yes to all of this. And part of me is really called to working with you one-on-one, Dani. And for that, I have my monthly one-on-one mentoring service available. So, especially now with the context of all that you get in that Witch School on that all access membership, that is the membership that is included with one-on-one monthly mentoring with me. And this is a service that is very customizable and personal to what you're seeking and what you're needing. Sometimes this is nurturing and growing a business from an ethical and aligned, purpose-driven place. Sometimes this is growing and developing your intuitive skills. Sometimes this is really honing in on your astrology studies and skills and applying those in a personal and or professional sense. Monthly mentoring really is this beautiful open field that we can explore in our one-on-one session with each other each month. And then on top of that, you also get this insanely valuable, supportive community and membership in that witch school as well. So if you are interested in working with me in a monthly one-on-one sense, and you're also like, I really want to be a part of this witch school thing, monthly one-on-one mentoring combines a monthly session with me as well as an all-access membership in that witch school. If you have any questions about working with me in that capacity, just shoot me a message after the episode. You can get all my contact information in the show notes below, of course. So this is hopefully speaking pretty clearly for itself that this is that witch school is a membership that is honestly unlike anything of its kind out there. And this is a place where we are collaborating together. We are building community together. We're building our skills together, growing our lives and practices and livelihoods together, all while receiving support, education in your different areas of your spiritual practice and being provided all of these different real life, real time ways to directly apply those practices and those skills and those studies. This is not just a community platform, and this is not just a place for learning modules and courses. This is something totally unique that bridges both of those into one all-encompassing membership. And because of our pricing plans and different features, you can choose which of these pricing plans or membership plans that fits best and works best for you in your unique lifestyle and budget and needs. If you have any questions at all, and on any of this, anything that we've gone over in our podcast, always an open door policy. Happy to answer any questions for you. I do want to remind you that, again, prices will be going up on April 1st. You have a little bit less than 2 weeks until prices go up to join us and become a founding member in that witch school. When I started this celebration of the 3-year anniversary of that witch school and decided to offer this founding members opportunity, we were at 63 members in our school. And as of today that I'm recording this, which is the week before you're hearing it, we are at 108 members. We are growing. We are doing this thing. And I would love to take the opportunity to share with you a little bit of the experiences of the students that are already members in that witch school. All right, so what are some other students saying inside that witch school? I have so many kind words of encouragement and support and testimonial from the amazing student community of that witch school, most of which I am sharing on Instagram today so that we're not taking up tons and tons of our time. But I wanted to offer you here on the podcast as well some of the feedback, some of the words that are shared from my students, new and old, and how they experience and what they've gotten out of that witch school. So here we have Melissa, huge shout out to Melissa, who let us know that she was just saying to her husband how grateful she is to be a part of that witch school. It's been a huge part of my life this past year, and I really don't see my life without it now. Hearing that is absolutely amazing. Shout out to our Sheena again, who let me know she'll be a student of life for mine, which you are more than welcome in my life for life, my dear. From Jen. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Jen says, there are so many things I love about being a student of that witch school. From the live classes to the variety of workshops to the support of the community, this school has added so much to my life. The growth I've done just within the shadow work group has been life-changing. And that means so much to me. Jen has been a student of mine since 2021. My wonderful friend, colleague, client, and comrade Andrea said our astrology education is superb. And from Sam, we hear that this is the most inclusive, supporting, inspirational witch group I've ever been in. Now, for our astrology and the type of instructor that you are getting in myself, that witch next door, some words that we've gotten. Let's see here from our former student Kitty, who completed our entire astrology program, Astrology Inside and Out. The biggest thing for me has been your ability to break it down. It can be extremely hard to know where to start when it comes to astrology and how to build the layers. So many books and resources seem to give you too much at once, if you will, so you don't get the depth of information. With this, it's given me the ability to do one chunk at a time and feel both okay with that and also know I will be able to integrate it into the others once I get there, because each step has given me a solid foundation. So it's less about one part and more about how you made it feel so much more accessible than a lot of other options I've seen, which is amazing to hear, because that's exactly why and how we structure the astrology, and all of the educational content that we offer in the school is meant to set you up for more and more success as you continue learning, as you continue gaining more experience. We want all of this to kind of fit into your next steps so that as you're growing and evolving your practice and your studies, you are feeling more and more confident and gaining more and more wisdom along the way and applying that directly to your new learnings every step of the way. From our wonderful student, Hannah. Hannah said that it's so much easier to understand astrology when there's a structured course instead of an onslaught of information all at once. I love your particular take on the various archetypes of the signs and planets, etc. It really resonates with me. Plus, it's awesome that you come to astrology from the witchcraft side of things and actually offer practical/magical ways to interact with the astrology of our charts and with the current sky. This is such a beautiful illustration and reflection of some of my deepest intention with that witch school, because I don't want it to feel like you are just gaining and learning all of this information and then turning around and going, what do I do with all of this? I want to constantly offer you practical, real life application opportunities, both within the school and outside of the school in your life as well. And that is the style that I take in how I teach astrology. And that is the style and the approach that I take when I teach anything inside the walls of that witch school. So, like I said, there's going to be lots more student experiences and amazing words of support for that witch school that you can go read at thatwitchnextdoor.com. You can also see I've posted on Instagram today as well. If you're looking for more feedback from the community, I wanted to finish up our time answering some of the most frequently asked questions that I've gotten over the last couple of weeks as we've been expanding our school so much. So one of the most common questions has been, is there a minimum time commitment or time requirement for membership in that witch school? No, this is a truly month-to-month subscription or membership. You can cancel at any time. There are no obligations or commitments or contracts of any time other than the 30 days that you pay at a time. Number two, great question. Do I receive any certifications for joining that witch school or completing any of its lessons? At this time, no. We do not offer any formal accreditation or certification of any kind. Just so that you do know and you are aware, there are no formal regulations around accreditation or certifications in any spiritual industry professional capacity at all. So anybody that tells you they are offering you a certificate or any kind of accreditation of any kind, remember that is internally regulated. There's no board of directors of the spiritual industry. There's really no rules. It's kind of the Wild West. So it's an amazing question to ask. I am so happy to be transparent about it. If there is a time that our school reaches a structure and a class outline and content style that would benefit from offering some sort of certificate of completion or something that you can kind of reference as, course or information that you've learned or experience that you've gained, we'll offer that one day as we continue to grow. Right now, no, there's no formal certificate of any kind that you get from joining that witch school. All of the value and the benefits that you derive from the school really come from within and what you utilize it for, and how much you use your membership to its full potential, which is exactly why I wanted to do this episode today, to talk to you exactly about how you can do that if you do join us. Let's see here. Another very important question, number 3. If I join as a founding member before March 31st, and then decide to upgrade my plan after April 1st, can I get the founding member rate for the new plan? So, no, upgrades to lock in as a founding member must be initiated before April 1st. So, for example, if you are on the starter plan or the essentials plan and you are thinking about upgrading to a higher plan, initiate that starting now, or before March 31st, before April 1st, before the prices go up. There won't be the ability to upgrade your plan with the founding member plan because the founding member plans won't be available to sign up for anymore. They will go away. They'll disappear off of the website. But if you have any kind of technical issue of any kind with upgrading, again, as long as all of this takes place prior to the price increase, just the first initial upgrading step is taken before April 1st, we will honor the founding member rate and we'll make sure to get your membership locked in and settled for you. Now, that brings me to our other important question, which is, can I pause my membership? So if I join as a founding member, do I have the ability to pause my membership in the future and come back to it? Unfortunately, no. This is not a feature that is offered under any of the billing options when you subscribe to that witch school through Mighty Networks. It's an issue, it's a tech issue that's beyond my control. I'm at the mercy of the platform that we're utilizing for the subscription service itself. I'm not able to pause any membership. Everything is truly month to month. There truly is no minimum commitment, or it's either an active subscription with a recurring billing date, or if the billing date needs to be stopped or skipped for any reason, the only way to do that is to end the membership. So if you do have to end your membership, after April 1st, and then eventually at a later date, you do return to that witch school, yes, that will be at the new higher membership rates. Please always feel free to reach out to me with your circumstances, your situation. I'm always happy to listen and help and assist however I can. Okay, just always know that. Now, if I start number 5 here, if I start one-on-one monthly mentoring with you, Dani, before March 31st. So remember, monthly one-on-one mentoring with me comes with all access membership in that witch school. And then later on down the line, I complete mentoring or step away from mentoring for some time. Will I still be considered a founding member in that witch school? Yes, you will. So even if we start working together in a one-on-one monthly mentoring capacity now, you are considered a founding member, a founding all access member of that witch school. And whenever in the future the time comes that your time doing one-on-ones with me are coming to an end and you would like to continue on being a member in that witch school, yes, we will honor your membership or founding membership rate for you for life as well. And then my last question that I got a couple of times that was awesome, and I was so excited to answer this, is that witch school good for someone who wants to become a professional astrologer? Yes, this is an excellent platform for someone who wants to become a spiritual service provider, particularly in the realm of witchcraft, astrology, energy healing, any magical or energy related products, whether those are physical products or digital products or services that are offered. Our platform is an amazing, amazing place to be for someone who is trying to build out or create a career or incorporate more of their spiritual practices or skill sets in their already existing career. There are so many students that are not only building their spiritual business and getting tons of benefits out of being part of that witch school in doing that. There are also just as many students who utilize what they learn in that witch school and the support they get from the community in that witch school to apply the skills and practices from their witchcraft, from their astrology, and bring that into what's up until now been a very muggle-centric job. There's a lot of ways to bring in a lot of healing, a lot of growth, a lot of expansion, create a lot of alignment in one's career utilizing your witchcraft, utilizing astrology in your spiritual practices without having to be an entrepreneur and start your own business. It's just this really amazing thing to see. And again, the potential you can get from utilizing our platform benefits and features is truly infinite and endless, truly. And that is ultimately my dream, that one day we, that witch school will take over and we'll be our own contender in this social media realm out there. That's my long-term vision and desire for what we grow and what we expand into. Please let me know if you have any questions on anything at all from today. I'm so grateful for your time and your interest in that witch school, in me, that witch next door, and everything that we do in our witchy neighborhood here. You can go to thatwitchschool.com if you are ready to join us and pick your plan and sign up today. If you have any questions, all of my contact info is in the show notes below. And there's also more information on that witch school, all in the show notes below. You can go click and browse and look at those visuals and compare pricing plans and take a look at all of the information. Again, March 31st is the last day to get into that witch school as a founding member. Prices will increase for that witch school starting April 1st. I'm also having like a major neurodivergent witch content creator moment right now as we speak that I never said the price for the all access plan moving forward. Just to round all of this out and make sure I've put all the information out on the table for everybody. Our starter plan is currently $7 a month. You can get in before April 1st at just $7 a month for our starter plan. Or if you'd like to go with our essentials plan, you can get in on our essentials plan before April 1st at just $15 a month. Or you can become a founding member, a founding all access member, and open every single feature that witch school has to offer by joining the all access plan for $30 a month before April 1st. After April 1st, all of these prices are essentially doubling. Our starter plan will be $15 a month, up from $7. Our essentials plan will be $30 a month, up from $15. And our all access plan is going to be $60 a month, up from $30. We're also going to be dropping some annual packages as well, which will obviously have an annual commitment to them for membership. Those will be released when the pricing plan increases after April 1st. But again, all the information that you could need are in the show notes below. And if you can't find it there, shoot me a message. I am happy to answer, jump on a quick call with you, clarify anything for you. I am so grateful for you, your time, your interest, your support. It means the world to me, neighbor. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your week. I can't wait to see you again. Next week, we're starting to round out March together. Oh my God. And spring is officially going to be here after I talk to you today. So please make sure you're taking care of yourself. Stay safe. Let yourself have some fun. And of course, stay magical out there, my friend. Questions, comments, suggestions, or just looking for That Witch outside of That Witch podcast, make sure you're following me on social media over on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Twitter. You can find links to all of those in the show notes below. And make sure you're subscribed to my email newsletter by going to thatwitchnextdoor.com and submitting your email on the homepage.